My girlfriend cheated on me with her university classmate, and he abandoned her after she got pregnant. This happened about 5 years ago, in 2019. I was 22, and she was 24. At the end of October 2018, I met a girl named Mia. We really liked each other and started a relationship. Every time we finished our university classes, we would go to the park or a nearby bar, and we had a great time together. She studied accounting, and I was studying to become a chemistry teacher. Mia was a very pleasant and sweet girl. However, it seemed her family didn't like me for some reason, even though I was always kind to them. Her brother, who was a year older than her, was very controlling, to the point that if we went to the movies or a restaurant, he would sit in a chair behind us or at a nearby table to spy on us. I must say, he would starve if he tried to become a spy because he was terrible at it. Mia and I maintained our relationship for a year and 2 months. Everything seemed normal, even though I had to endure some toxic moments, like when she made a scene at a friend's house, thinking I was with another girl when I was simply playing soccer with my friends at a field. You can't imagine the embarrassment I felt when I had to go back to my friend's house to apologize for her behavior. One day, I noticed that she was acting a bit strange and distant from me. Maybe I didn't notice it earlier because I was focused on my final exams. So, after the exams ended, I approached her and asked what was going on. She responded by falsely accusing me of talking badly about her behind her back. I asked where she got that idea from, and she mentioned that she had screenshots of my chats where I was supposedly speaking ill of her. To this day, I'm still waiting for her to show me those supposed chats. I took out my phone and decided to show her my conversations, but she didn't believe me, thinking that I had simply deleted them. I asked, "What do I gain from talking badly about you? If anything, I only lose." She was silent for a long time until she simply nodded and rested her head on my shoulder, asking for forgiveness. That day was a Friday, and we had made plans to spend the weekend together. But she suddenly canceled everything, saying that I was too clingy and sweet and that she needed a break from it. I decided to accept it, as in a sense, she was right. I probably was too clingy with her, but you can't blame me. I thought she was the love of my life at that time. So, we spent the weekend apart, she with her friends, and I with my group of friends, playing cards, drinking, and listening to music until 5 in the morning. On Monday afternoon, I left my class earlier because the student center had announced that the professor we were supposed to have was sick. So, I decided to go say hi to Mia since she hadn't responded to any of my messages that morning. When I looked up, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. My girlfriend, the girl I loved, was hugging a classmate by the neck and kissing him. She knows that I'm a pretty angry person, so I walked over to them, separated Mia from the other guy, and punched him in the lip while Mia and other classmates screamed at me to stop. That's when she confessed that she had fallen in love with this guy, Herman, and that she no longer loved me. I asked her how long this had been going on, and she told me it had been 2 weeks. So, Mia and I broke up, and I never heard from her again until the pandemic hit. During the pandemic, I was studying with a girl named Natalia. We would get together to review and prepare for our final exams, which we would take through Zoom. Of course, we followed all safety protocols, like using hand sanitizer and wearing masks, because the last thing I wanted was for her to get sick because I brought the virus into her apartment. One day, we decided to go out and buy some vegetables to prepare lunch since it was going to be a heavy study day, and we wanted to have plenty of energy. While I was waiting for her outside the store, I received a call and answered to see who it was. It was my ex-brother-in-law. He started talking to me politely and civilly, asking how I was, what I was doing, that it had been a long time, and all those things. I didn't want to listen to him, so I asked what he wanted. He confessed that Mia had started dating Herman just 3 weeks after we broke up. They stayed together for 3 months until Mia got pregnant, and instead of taking responsibility, Herman decided to flee like a coward to the south to start a new life far away from her with the help of his parents. The start of the pandemic and the mandatory quarantine came at the perfect time for him to stay away from her. When my ex-brother-in-law called me, Mia was already almost 5 months pregnant. He told me that she felt stupid for being swayed by sweet words, that she had been depressed for almost 2 months, and that she had no one to turn to until she remembered me. Basically, my ex-brother-in-law called me to see if I would reconsider getting back together with her so the child would have a father figure. I simply told him to go to hell and hung up the call. For an entire month, my phone was flooded with messages and calls from Mia's friends, family, and even my ex-in-laws. However, with time, they gave up, and everything eventually stopped. I haven't heard anything else about her. I only know that she's a mother now, but I don't know if she finished her degree, if she's still living with her parents, or if she's on her own. I don't know, and I don't care. You can click on share and more to see if there is a part 2.